Hi there, this is the Teacher Time Saver, and I'm here to show you how to use my interactive notebooks and what they contain. I will be showing you the Scientific Investigation Unit bundle here. First you will find is the Teacher Notes and Strategies page. There's two pages which describes and outlines sort of how to use my interactive notebook with fidelity to give you more support. And again, these are suggestions to help you. There's an interactive notebook front cover. Students can design and make their own notebook more of their own so they can have some ownership. There's an interactive notebook table of contents, which I have with pages, left-sided and right-sided items. There's an editable version as well. There's also a blank page so you can add what you'd like. The interactive score sheet I provide gives you the assignments, the page numbers, the due dates that students can then enter, the points they've earned, along with the percent. This goes into their notebook. I've given also a blank version. There's also a notebook components page that outlines and describes what the interactive notebooks will contain, which each unit of mine, and I have 19 units, include unit covers, Cornell notes, activities, special assignments such as labs and projects, and finally tests and quizzes. Each of my unit bundles include a unit cover, which provides the standards along with the benchmarks and a word bank. I provide an editable version for teachers to change their standards to fit their needs as well as with the word bank. Anticipation guide. This is a great page for students to log their warm-ups, which there are 2 per lesson. They make a statement of whether the statement is true or false before the lesson, and then after they will receive the answer. Students need to explain as best they can, true or false, why they feel the statement is true or false. There is an answer key provided. Here I will show you my Cornell notes, which have 5 components: a header, which entails of the title, page, date, standards, and essential questions, main ideas, student notes, summary, and place for question. Here's an example of my notes that have the notes underlined, where students can, on another page, you can either make a copy of this or students fill in the blank using my PowerPoint presentation. I will show you here. Each of my lessons include a PowerPoint presentation. This is not an editable version. The PDF here is included, which I am showing. It outlines the header, and this is a great way to walk with your whole class the lesson or provide on Google Classroom as I give my students to refer back to filling in their notes. It's a great way for students to go at their own pace. Things are underlined for them to copy into their notes or highlight. There's also a built-in quiz with 5 multiple choice provided with questions and answers. This is a great way to check for their understanding. You can do this as a whole class again, or students can use on their own. The anticipation guide questions are answered back, so students can then refer back to what they first stated, and then the answers are given. And finally, each lesson ends with a summary where students are given starter sentences to help them answer the essential questions. Now going back to my interactive notebook. Following each Cornell Notes is an activity where there are 5 criteria: written portion, art, color, a reflection, and excellent criteria. This gives students an opportunity to stretch their understanding and also scaffold their learning in a different way. Here, this is an example of a foldable activity where students will cut out and include in their interactive notebook. Here's another set of Cornell notes. Again, fill in the blank. Here's a hands-on lab. Here, my measuring lab, where students measure different items: length, width, height, find the volume, mass, and density. Following a set of lessons is a special assignment called my mind map that's included in all of my unit bundles. This is a great opportunity for students to use a graphic organizer and give them time to reflect back on the vocabulary as well as add art, color, and then reflect back on comparing and contrasting vocabulary. A great review right before their quiz, which I provide true, false, multiple choice, fill in the blank, and short answer. Each of my quizzes and tests are editable, where they also include the answer key, which is great for teachers to pick and choose what they want to include. A reflection is provided, an activity that follows the same criteria as the activities. Now here's a set of another Cornell notes just to kind of go over, and all my unit bundles include 4 or 5 Cornell notes. And in this case, my scientific investigation unit lesson here has a foldable activity. The controlled experiment Cornell notes covers all the great main idea vocabulary. And again, this is great for students to either handwrite themselves, cut, glue this page, or the filled in page. It's up to you how you can use the interactive notebook. That's the great thing about my unit bundles. Finally, following after a set of lessons, I provide an assignment, a project, and in this case, I added the water drops on a penny challenge to my scientific investigation unit, where students get to do hands-on lab, and it's a great way to review the scientific method step. This is free on my store, so check that out. Included in this unit bundle is a cartoon project where students get to use the scientific method to create a cartoon. Here, the setup page includes 5 criteria outlining the written portion, artwork, presentation, a reflection, as well as outlining how to produce a quality piece of work. A rubric is provided where students fill in the points they've earned, as well as the teacher, and a place for teachers to write comments. A little template there. Following along, they have a test here. So this is a unit test, which again, fill in the blanks, multiple choice, short answer, which is great way to check for their understanding, all of which have been supported using the Cornell Notes. Activity helps to stretch. The test reflection is great, and at the very end of this unit, I provide a famous scientist wanted project, which is such a fun way to end the unit, where again, same criteria, a directions page outlining what is expected, as well as a rubric. Here in this, I provide famous scientists where you can assign students and a blank page. There's a template colored and blank black and white for students to use. Thank you for listening, and please follow along. Follow me on my store to learn more about upcoming new products and to check out more. Thank you.